The island of Jussarö, located far out in the Baltic Sea, is best known for being Finland's only ghost town. First mining operations on Jussarö started in 1817, with prisoners mining for iron in open pits. 50 years later, this activity was discontinued, but in 1956, a big mining company established itself on the island. The mine created new jobs in a region with a declining population. A town grew up literally in the middle of nowhere. The main hoisting shaft was located underneath this tower, and the iron ore was mined from huge arena-sized caves 250 meters underneath the seabed east of the island. However, the mine was suddenly closed in 1967 due to a dropping market, and as the mine closed, time stopped. The mine was flooded and blocked, and for the next 40 years the government closed the island from civilians. This landfill is where all waste from the ore was dumped. Today, Jussarö has a lot to offer its visitors in terms of a perished rural settlement and wide open wilderness. Here you will not find any nice sandy beaches and five-star hotels. You are pretty much exploring the unknown, and that is the beauty of it. The trails, cliffs, and the surrounding sea offers the adventurous island hopper lots of exciting activities. Mountain biking is one of ours. Jussarö is remote but ideal for mountain bike riding, as are many of the islands in the Baltic Sea. A combination of flat terrain with easy trails and more technical segments as the ones in this part of the video. Time for some exercise. Who needs a gym when you have rocks and rock formations to train on? Shoes and socks off, let's do some climbing. The Finnish rock bed is among the oldest in Europe and came to existence some 1,900 to 2,500 million years ago. Numerous ice ages have throughout the millenniums grinded down our mountains. Bad news for alpine skiers of today, but a unique archipelago for us to enjoy in the summer. There is an absolutely lovely tradition to write something on the smooth rocky outcrops using stones from the landfill. Names of boats, crew members, love declarations, so on and so forth. So guess on which ski brand Chris will be skiing in 2020. Let's see how far Chris can do a wheelie. These apartment buildings were the homes of the people that worked in the mines. Now telling the sad story of a thriving community no longer in existence. The army used the buildings as a shooting range, and today they are more or less completely demolished from the inside and blocked from the outside. Important: be aware of ticks and snakes, ticks in particular. Here is the guest boat marina, including a museum, library, gift shop, cafe, toilets, and a sauna. Hey, looks like bicycling to school paid off. Whoopsie daisy! A couple of years ago, we were struck by a tornado in the middle of the night. We had the boat tied in the exact same spot. The tornado barely missed our boat as the deck was covered with cones and branches the next morning. One big taxi boat had been ripped off its moorings and smashed on the rocks, but luckily there were no guest boats wrecked or people injured. This is, by the way, the pier where the iron ore was loaded onto ships and barges for transportation to the mainland. Time to relax on the deck of Fortuna, followed by a good night's sleep. Today, let's explore the breathtaking South Shore. Due to its strategic location, Jussarö has since the 18th century housed pilots, Coast Guard and military defense. This Coast Guard tower was originally a lighthouse, but as a result of the peace treaty with Russia during World War II, it was blown in half by the Finns. Later, it was partly rebuilt for Coast Guard and Border Patrol use. In these fortifications from World War II, there were double-barreled 75mm cannons during 1940 to 44. Later, they were armed with light artillery. Spooky tunnels and bunkers for the ones who dare. Some more rock climbing. Here the cliffs are really steep and dangerous. When Jussarö was reopened to the public in 2004, we were among the first civilians to come here. A good friend of mine, Magnus, showed me how to make birds and other stone formations out of rocks. We then started what now has become a tradition at this absolutely stunning, magical, small secret stone beach. Every winter, all stone creations are perished by heavy storms, flooding, and ice. Yet, new masterpieces are crafted throughout every summer by creative stone-loving artists. All good things must come to an end. Time for us to get back to the boat and sail home. But we will be back. We always have, we always will. Thank you for watching, and next, let's hit the slopes together.